부탁해 너에게 들려줄래 알고 싶어 그래
네가 내게 그랬던 늘 말해도 조심히 따스히 안아줄게 우리 서로 몰랐던 지나쳤던 시간은 모른 척뿐 감을게 내 손끝에 걸린 너의 눈 너의 코 너의 입술 잦은 질만 나 아니 더 이상 혼자가 아니라고 기적처럼 작은 손짓에도 알 수 있어 네 맘속 깊은 곳 아픈 기억은 down the wall 감싸 안아줄게 이제 말해줄래 너 내 맘을 두드린 떨림과 애틋한 너의 미소 익숙한 걸까 왠지 너와 나 이렇게 몇 번이고 만난 것만 같은데 부탁해 너에게 그줄래 알고 싶어 그래 숨기려 하지마 너의 편이 돼줄게 목소리 따라 너의 호흡을 따라 나타내줘 어떤 아픔 어떤 슬픔 내게 말해줘 어서 말해줘 삶이 그래 우린 이렇게 가까워져 조금 내게 말해줘 감싸 안고서 Say you 너와 나의 귓가에 맴도는 my save me 같이 채워가면 돼 하나하나 예쁘게 너와 내가 함께 작은 바람에 나 뺏기지 않게 작은 바람에 맘 깊이 닫게 간절하니까 더 알고 싶은 이 밤 내가 들려 약속해 이제 우리 사이에 벽은 안 멀어질게 더 멀어지지 않게 다가갈게 너를 잘 알아 느낄 수 있으니까 다 전해지니까 부탁해 너에게 그줄래 알고 싶어 알고 싶어 하지마 너의 편이 돼줄게 목소리 따라 너의 호흡을 전해지니까 우리 서로 흘렸던 지쳤던 시간까지 너를 잘 알아 느낄 수 있으니까
Hello and welcome back. If I'm blowing up your eardrums, I'm sorry. I kind of turned the speakers up to the loudest just because I just got into the studio and everything was really low. So I kind of just like bumped it up all the way and then I will adjust accordingly. Anyway, for those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Moisa and this is the Taki Show. So before we get into all the fun stuff that we're going to be doing today, I just posted my latest Instagram photo. So if you go to Moisa71, Moisa71, on Instagram, that is my latest photo. And the reason I want to tell you guys about that is to follow after our common Wire intro. So let's just get right into this. You're listening to Wire, Wentworth Internet Radio Experience from the campus of Wentworth Institute of Technology. The show does not represent Wire, Colleges of the Fenway, or Wentworth Institute of Technology in any way. If you have any questions or concerns, please email us at wire@wit.edu. All right. Now that we have that out of the way, hello everyone, welcome back. For those of you who are new tonight, hi, I'm Moisa, nice to meet you, nice for you to hear me, I guess. And so I just wanted to break down our show for the night and why the Instagram post was shouted out at the beginning. So for those of you who are new, my name is Moisa, as I've said like 3 times. The show you guys are listening to right now is the Taki Show. Very important because I talk a lot, especially when it gets really late, because I have no more filter when it gets really late. Just now that you guys understand why I'm going to be talking a mile a minute, the Taki Show is a fun little show that I do every Sunday. Well, for the semester. Times will change next semester, but the Taki Show is built up of 3 things, which are themed weeks, and every themed week is primarily just to give me something to talk about in case our interviewees are unavailable or we have no interviews for the week. So at the beginning of the show, we do interview someone from staff, club presidents. I'm trying to see if I can get into athletic interviews next semester, which are like the athletes, obviously. We'll let you guys know if I'm expanding, if you're interested in seeing me interview like athletes at Wentworth. I know some people are in clubs like that, and that would be really cool to give more promo to Wentworth Sports, because no one goes to Wentworth Sports as much as they should, or they just don't know it exists. But today we are interviewing the resident director of 555 Huntington. It's literally one of the nicest buildings on campus. A lot of people have seen it. If you are currently a first year, that is the very nice building next to EWT. No, it is not 525. We did that interview first semester. Sorry for those of you who are new. But yeah, we will be interviewing Jackie Fitzpatrick. She is the resident director of 555. She will be coming to the studio in 5 short minutes. So the point of that Instagram post is if anyone has any last minute questions they'd like me to ask her, they can leave those down below, just so that way I can see if I can add them into our interview. At the moment, we have about 8 questions. 2 are from me and the rest are from campus students and obviously other housing directors. And now that we have that broken down, the interview will consist of those 8 questions, 4 in the first half, 4 in the second half. I'll try to keep the more fun ones on the second half and the more quote unquote serious ones in the beginning, so that way it's interesting. Oh, wow. I am so sorry. Mom, please don't comment. Thank you. Goodbye. For those of you who are listening, these questions are actually very nice in terms of her job and her position. But as I was saying, the questions will be based off of serious to more nice questions afterwards. I will play her favorite song at the moment because that is something I do with everyone on the show. And then following that, we will do a little thing that I enjoy doing on the show, which is my Netflix reviews, which is another big part of the show. I break down my most recent Netflix watch, or just kind of summarize thoughts on my current placement in certain Netflix TV shows. Today, I just watched the very last episode of Love is Blind. I broke down my thoughts on that show last week, but today the reunion came out and I have a few thoughts. And then I did start watching The Protector. I haven't watched Cheers, so I'm sorry for those of you who are really hoping on an update. And I did restart watching Total Drama Island. So 3 very different and interesting things I'm going to talk about. I also watched the first episode of a TV show called like Back with My Ex or something like that. And I have a lot of thoughts on that. I couldn't even finish the first episode. So we'll be discussing those after the interview. And then following that, I will do my weekly cover. This cover is of Ain't No Mountain High because I changed the song last minute. So obviously if I sound bad, do not judge me. Thank you. And with that, I think those are all the things you need to know about the Taki Show if you are new. If you aren't new, I'm sorry that I rambled your ear off as usual. But if you are new, I hope this helps you understand the chaos you are getting yourself into. So we're going to be playing this next song real quick. And this next song is from a TV show that actually got canceled, and I cannot find it in the existence of internet anywhere. If you can find it, let me know. This TV show is called Wendy, and the song was probably one of my favorites, and I really want to play it. So I hope you guys enjoy it. This song is literally not available on any platforms, like no Spotify, no nothing. It's on YouTube, and you have to be very specific about your search. So yeah, I hope you guys like this song. It's for the official TV show Wendy, and it's called Save Me, and it's featuring a very prominent singer from the Pretty Little Liars series. Okay, I'm sorry for talking your ear off. I'll stop now. Thank you. Goodbye.
Can we survive the heart that's lost control? Break all your worries and make my heart feel whole. Well, there's nothing in the room but a shadow on the wall. There's no place to hide it. There's no place at all. You say I believe the world can take and shatter the strongest souls. It's enough for one man to take from knowing is right from wrong. There's no room in the darkness, so bring down these walls. There's no one to believe it, it makes no sense at all. You save me, I will believe in you. I'll give love, save me. You're all the falling to. I'll give love now. There's a moving heart in me. Oh, there's a wounded heart I see. Save me, I will believe in you. I'll give love, save me. Your arms are falling too. I'll give love, save me. I will believe in you. I'll give love, save me. Your arms are falling too. I'll give love, through this life without a care. We can sing without a song. We can hope to sing along. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll be there now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Sarah, let me know if I'm blowing people's eardrums off. Thank you. So right now we have the 555 housing director, resident director, with us, and I would like you to introduce yourself to the listeners.
Sure. Hi, y'all. Jackie Fitzpatrick. She, her, hers. Happy Sunday.
All right. So tonight we have 8 questions for you, and the first question is really simple. It's just asking how long have you been a resident director at Wentworth?
Sure. So I've been working at Wentworth since May of 2016, which I can't believe it's been that long. 4 years this May. Crazy.
Wow, that's actually very interesting. It feels like you've been here forever to me, but that might be because I only have been here for 2 years. And so I'm so used to seeing you around campus. I think you're like a very like prevalent member for housing. A lot of students know you in and out the office. And if they don't know you, then they should meet you. I think you're probably like really one of the resident directors that a lot of students kind of go to and interact with because you work with many different parts of housing.
Yeah, that's so nice to hear. So thank you, Moisa. I think I'm at the point now where it's leaning toward 4 years, right? That a lot of students haven't known this campus without me, and I haven't known this campus without them. My first graduating class, that came in when I started will be this summer, this August. So it's just pretty unreal how fast time flies. Yeah.
Are you going to miss some of your RAs that you had for your first year and some that you've been able to see grow recently?
Oh my gosh, yes. So working with the resident assistants is my favorite part of the job. It's what keeps me going every day. And I miss them so much. I've already had staff members from my first year who have graduated, some of which I've stayed connected with because they've chosen to stay connected with me, which is always what makes this job so rewarding. So it is nice to, even if it's not constant communication, but once in a while hearing their life updates, being requested to write recommendations for grad school or things like that. It's really nice to stay connected.
So with that, I want to know, why did you decide to become a resident director? I know not many people go into university thinking that this is something that they want to do. So was there an experience that drove you to become one?
Sure, yeah. I had no idea, like a lot of my colleagues in the field, that this is even a thing. And then I kind of fell upon it. So in undergrad, I actually studied business, specifically operations management. Figured I'd be this really important businesswoman who does these really cool things and just kind of like a boss lady. And then I had an internship going into my final year. And on like day 3, I was in a cube farm and I just felt like I wasn't doing anything. And I realized, gosh, like this isn't right. It was over the summer, so right before my final year. And I texted someone who was a strong mentor of mine and I said, hey, I'm not happy. What can I do about it? I want to do what this person does. And that was who I was naming was the equivalent of Dean Wenner at my undergrad. And so I set up a meeting with him and we talked and he helped me see what was possible. I realized that I wanted to be like him because of my experience as a resident assistant. So as a resident assistant, beginning my second year in college all the way through the end, and then also other involvement I had on campus, like student orgs and things like that, just made me really fall in love with what I do now, which is work in student affairs.
So you mentioned that you were a resident assistant. I'm a resident assistant, and I feel like so many students are driven to become one their second year. Is there a reason that you chose to become a resident assistant?
Sure. So truthfully, I initially applied for financial reasons, which I know is what drives a lot of folks to apply for the role. And just as a caveat, I know interviews are done, but I encourage anyone, if you're ever interviewing for the job, do not say it's for money. We know it's for money. A lot of times that's what drives people. That's why you apply to any job, right? You want to be paid. So we know that. So I encourage you not to share that in your interview. But yeah, I did it for financial reasons. I was really trying to reduce the amount of loans and school debt that I would have. So I was paying for my education myself. And then after that first year, I just fell in love with the role, being able to connect with people I didn't know on campus, develop a lot of qualities and characteristics within my own leadership style. It was just really fun.
Is there an event that sticks out to you for when you were a resident assistant that you'd love to maybe see happen at Wentworth?
Ooh, good question. I'm not sure. A lot of what I did when I was an RA kind of was pretty typical of things that our first year area RAs do for their residents, because I was in a first year area my entire experience. Although one was really successful and it was my first program ever, so I was super pumped. I did a doorstop program, so I had a bunch of actually bricks instead of doorstops. I couldn't find the wooden ones. And residents came and they painted them and they decorated them, and we talked about how they'll use them to prop their doors open so we could have an open community where everyone got to know each other and things like that. And people were really into it. And I think it made a really good impact for the year going forward.
That's actually a really interesting program. I think I heard in passing that an RA did that program a few years ago, and I think that it was really successful from what I've been hearing. With that, our current housing staff knows you have a pup, and some people are wondering, how did you name your pup?
Yeah, so my little girl, Ray, her name is Ray Lynn. We actually adopted her from a rescue in Houston, Texas, and her foster family gave her that name. So we decided to keep it because she had already been through a lot, and we didn't want to change too much on her.
All right, so I know a lot of the housing staff do have pets on campus. Do you find that your pet is one of the more calming areas, like one of your self-care kind of areas?
For sure, yeah. I think having Ray, especially when I first started here at Wentworth, because like I said, I started in May and then we got her in June, so it wasn't far after. She definitely helped me leave the office. As folks know, we live and work in the same location, so sometimes it's hard to find that separation. Similar to you all as students or as RAs, you're constantly in the same environment. So it was nice when she was a puppy that I knew I needed to leave to take care of her. And that was kind of driving me away from, the office or what I was doing. And then moving forward, now that she's 4, which is insane, I think she still helps me take care of myself because I go home and she's just so loving and fun. Or just this afternoon, I took her on a walk with my husband, Tom, and we just got to enjoy the fresh air and get off campus a bit.
So you talked about spending time off campus. Is there something that you really enjoy doing when you're not working?
Sure. So as much as I love the city of Boston because I grew up around here, I love leaving. So whenever I can, I try to, make my way to the suburbs where I grew up in my hometown, Billerica. A lot of my friends are still there because they've come back from college. Or my parents are there and some family. So I like just getting away, seeing some more grass. And then in the summer times or whenever the weather is nice, I retreat up to New Hampshire a lot too. I'm very fortunate that my husband's family has a lake house in New Hampshire on Suncook Lake. So I just love going there. There's limited cell phone service. Wi-Fi is hard to get. So it's really nice to just connect.
And so a lot of listeners that typically turn into Wire are usually incoming students or just adults listening, like family. And is there any advice that you could give the incoming students if they're considering Wentworth, if they've already accepted Wentworth?
Sure, yeah. So reflecting on my experience, why I even chose to work here during my job search process, is the community aspect. When I stepped foot on Wentworth's campus, I really felt like every single person I talked to during my interview actually cared about people around them and about their experience and how they're doing. It's very rare that you run into someone on this campus that isn't interested in how your day is or what they can do to just have a conversation with you or anything like that. So I think the sense of community is just like no other that I've experienced. Our students are so polite and just like passionate about what they're doing too. So having opportunities to learn about what everyone is studying in school, which is far different than my mind even can think to work, is just really interesting as well.
And so our final question is a question I ask everyone that I interview on the show, and it is, what is your current favorite song, if you have one?
Ooh, very good question. I am not ashamed to say that I'm not the most hip person. So while folks are listening to Lizzo or some really cool things, that is not me. I love country music. And so I'd say probably anything by Zac Brown Band is my favorite. That's my go-to.
So I do have a song queued up by Zac Brown Band. It's called Someone I Used to Know, just because the title sounds familiar to a song that I've heard before.
Yeah, perfect. Love it.
And so I want to take this time to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to do a scheduled interview. I know it is a Sunday. It's not the most ideal time, but it does mean a lot. And I feel like students who are listening, it's probably very beneficial to hear a little bit from you outside of just your position. So are there any last words you'd like to say to the people listening right now?
Perfect. Well, thanks for listening. Hope I didn't put you to sleep when you got some things to do later. But yeah, like Moisa said, hopefully I am seen as someone who's approachable on campus. Whether I've had you as a resident, a first-year seminar student, or we haven't met at all, please feel free to reach out at any time. I do this work because I want to connect with folks and get to know you and help you out. So stop on by my office in 555.
And now we're going to play the song, and I hope you guys enjoy it.
Hometown hero at the bar, burned out highlight superstar, you know. Kept the buzz to fill the hole, loved the lights, stole the show. Someone I used to know would stay another round. Someone I used to know ran himself in the ground. It's been a long time coming, couldn't keep on running. Had to hit rock bottom to know. When you keep on losing with the path you're choosing, and it's time to let go. Someone that I used to know. Someone that I used to know. Rides a high that tears him down, hates himself and loves the crowd. A heavy crown, didn't know we almost drowned. Someone I used to know would stay another round. Someone I used to know ran himself in the ground. It's been a long time coming, couldn't keep on running. Had to hit rock bottom. When you keep on losing with the path you're choosing, and it's time to let go. Someone that I used to know. When you keep on losing with the path you're choosing, and it's time to let go of someone that I used to, someone that I used to know.
Alrighty, so wow, I'm sorry, I'm loud. That last song that you guys just listened to was a Korean song and it was called Into the New World. It was probably one of the most famous Korean girl groups, still probably is one of the most famous. It really paved the way for girl groups, I believe. I think obviously there's a group before them that I didn't really listen to that probably paved the way for them, but they were probably one of like the top 3 Korean girl groups at the time. The group consisted of like 7 members, and they had a very large following internationally and locally. They have some of my favorite solo singers. One of them that I went to her concert here in the US because now she sings English music. And I just really want to share that with you guys just because, you know me, I play K-pop and American pop. So enjoy. But anywho, for those of you who just tuned in, we are halfway through the show. The reason I played the song right through is because I was talking to Jackie a little bit about kind of like Wire and what we do, as one should, because I am an events manager. I should promote the club always. But anyway, I wanted to kind of just ask you guys, I'm sorry. I want to ask you guys if there's anyone else you'd like me to interview. And if you can think of anyone, please, please, please just post them right in the last Instagram post that I just made like an hour ago. So that way I know who you want to see, who you want to hear, you know, who you want me to interact with. So I know how to do that and who to reach out to. Because I think next we have one more interview scheduled before we run out of people scheduled, and then I have to like reach out to 2 more housing staff members that live on campus because they said they were intrigued, but we never officially put a date. So I have to give them an updated calendar of Wire and what we're doing so that way they can see what fits their schedule. Wow. That was a lot of talking. So now we're going to do this little thing called the Netflix review session, which is probably my favorite thing to do on the show. I love the interviews, but I feel like Netflix reviews, they're real. They get me real stressed. So first and foremost, I started watching The Protector. The Protector is actually in Turkish, but like they have it dubbed, badly dubbed on Netflix, but it's fine. I'm still watching it. I'm on episode 2. It feels like every dystopian kind of show that you watch, like there's something going on, there's something very wrong with the world and they must solve it, and like it's a lot, and then they didn't know that they held these powers or whatever. I don't want to tell you what they have, but it's like it's a thing, and essentially they find out, and of course they have to lose a loved one, because who doesn't lose a loved one when they're a superhero? And then it's kind of like they learn who they are, and it's like a lot, you know. It's like I don't want to say basic, but like every show that does superhero things, but you know, in Turkish. So it's a little different than what I've watched in the US. So I'm kind of interested to see where it goes, to see like how different it is to their audience versus me as someone who's not from there or doesn't speak that language. So now that I have that kind of explained, let's talk a little bit about Back with an X. I don't like it. It's cringy. It hurts me. It hurt Chloe very badly. I think I said we are going to watch it until Chloe like feels like she cannot, or like she like could not. And she like physically like looked disgusted at like 19 minutes into the show. So we just stopped at like that 19-minute mark and we're like, okay, cool. And I'm like, it's a yikes. It's a lot. The show's a lot. Obviously it's about like couples that break up and they're like, this was the love of my life, so maybe if we give it a second shot we could like end up together, and like yay, love. And like I'm not against love, obviously. Like I am probably one of the most, I don't want to say love people, but I'm kind of like someone who's I like relationships. I like being in a relationship. I like not codependency, but I like having like that thing to go home to, or that person to go home to. So like obviously like I don't do that. I don't have that because like I'm like 20. Wow, I almost said 19. Yikes. But essentially, I get it. I do, but it's also kind of a yikes to watch because it's a lot. Maybe it's different if you're someone who recently broke up with someone. You're like, oh, if we could get back together, it'd be great, or something like that. So, I won't be quick to judge on that term because I get it. Some people might relate better to that than I would. So I would say you can still check it out. Right now, my rating of it is like a 3 out of 10, and that's just like first offhanded rating. Oh, also current rating of like Protector, I give it like a 5.5 out of 10. We'll see if it gets higher or lower as I finish it, because I'm actually more interested in continuing that rather than continuing Backward and Next, because Backward and Next really hurts me to watch. It hurts Chloe the most, but it hurts me as well. So I'll let you know if I'm too like cringed out by it or not. But other than that, is there anything else that I've been watching recently? Oh yes, Total Drama Island. So essentially we watched like 19 minutes of that show, and then it was like, we can't, like Chloe could not. So we stopped, and I was scrolling through. There's a whole bunch of shows that I like starred to watch later, but I won't tell you guys yet because then you'll rush me to watch it. And I will have a headache watching like 20 shows at once. So I'm not going to tell you. But essentially, I was like, fine. And Allison was like, oh, me and some friends were watching Total Drama Island a few months ago if you want to watch that. So I queued that up and we started watching it. Allison fell asleep mid-second episode. Chloe fell asleep towards the end of the second episode, beginning of third episode. And then me and Ben were just like sitting there like, hello? No? Hello? So we made it 3 episodes in. It is a lot. I think the show is very racist. Listen, before you're like, ooh, controversy, I'm not going to make this a controversy. I just think that in the past, it was easier to get away with certain stereotypes and certain characters that if they were to do a show like this today, it would probably get canceled after season 1. They'd have a lot of backlash and it wouldn't be there. But for my generation, it was very popular. Many people watched it. Many people are rewatching it, obviously. I'm probably going to continue watching it tonight. I'm kind of curious to see how I feel about it now that I'm an adult, quote unquote. I'm interested to see if I will continue to enjoy it or if I will kind of start feeling upset about it, because it is an animated show anyway, so I feel like it shouldn't be that bad, but we will see how that goes. Other than that, I don't have many other shows on my current watched list. I did watch the reunion of Love is Blind, and let me tell you, it was a journey. I still don't like Jessica, but I don't respect her, but I don't not respect her. She's just kind of meh. She's there. She's not the kindest person, and it feels like she's still making excuses, which I personally don't like, that she's still making excuses, but I understand. She was a victim to a lot of hate after that, as were Carlton and Diamond and so many other characters on the show. So I feel like, in a sense, I feel bad for them for getting all that hate. But in another sense, I'm also like, we didn't see the full story. So I feel like we can't judge as hard having not seen the entirety of it. So I won't judge her a lot, but I still do not like her as much as I enjoyed the other people. Even though Diamond and Carlton had a lot of beef, I liked the way they resolved it in their kind of chat at the reunion. I really liked seeing the growth and maturity of Kenny and Kelly. I overall just enjoyed seeing the reunion, seeing the change or the progression or just maturity of a lot of the the people in the show. So yeah, other than that, I am texting Sarah because they were gonna get Chick-fil-A, but then they were like, oh wait, it's Sunday, we can't, because Chick-fil-A is a religious organization, so they close on Sundays because they're Catholic, and Sunday is the Lord's Day if you're not religious. Yikes for you for having to hear me talk about that. But I did do a religious interview last week, so it's chill. But anyway, that's current updates on the Netflix shows that I'm watching. I still do highly recommend Love is Blind. I really like it, even though it had certain things that upset me. If you listened last week, you heard my breakdown of it. You heard my opinions in my rating. So yeah. I did also watch a YouTube TV show, and let me tell you, it was cringe. Awesomeness TV is real cringe on on YouTube. But did I watch it? Yes. Did I feel disgusted by it? Yes. But it's fine because I'm subscribed to the YouTubers from the show. So I was like, I'm just going to stick it out, give them the views. Did I like the videos? No. But did I give them a view? Yes. Anyway, I need to rest my voice because I'm going to sing after this next song. So this next song is Cherry by ITZY. I've started listening to the rest of this album that they released last year, and it's kind of a banger. I want to buy the album, but they're coming out with a new album next week or like the week after, like just really soon. So I don't want to buy it until I hear that album to make my final decision on which one's my favorite. So this is Cherry by ITZY.
날 그냥 놔둬 순진한 엔저보단 devil 봐도 똑바로 봐도 말 안 듣는 애 그게 나라고 다 나를 위해 하는 말이래 나조차 나를 이제 모르는데 트렌에 맞추지 말아줄래 이제 내 멋대로 놀아볼래 논란이 마치 버블건 팝 규칙을 다 깨어버린다니까 진짜 나를 보여줄 테니까 Really really me I'm a cherry on top Cherry on top 너무 뻔한 건 다 저리 치워봐봐 생각보다 꿈이 좀 높아 Really really me I'm a cherry on top yeah Really really me I'm a cherry on top yeah Someone 빛나는 someone 자꾸 되려 그게 누구길래 여기 난 one and only 나답게 난 그대로 특별해 Cherry on top 너무 뻔한 건 다 저리 치워봐봐 생각보다 꿈이 좀 높아 Really really me I'm a cherry on top yeah Really really me I'm a cherry on top yeah 나이고 싶어 해답은 simple 지금 맘이 Cherry on top 너무 뻔한 건 다 저리 치워봐봐 생각보다 꿈이 좀 높아 Really really me I'm a cherry on top yeah Really really me I'm a cherry on top yeah Really really me I'm a cherry on top yeah
Hiya, we are back. So today's cover is Ain't No Mountain High Enough, and we're going to just Google it right now, find the perfect version. It's already up. I'm just actually scrolling through my phone as I'm talking. All right. I'm sorry. Let's just start this cover. Cool. I'm sorry if I make you cringe a lot. I do that often. I'm sorry. Okay. Mic adjusted. Hope to not blow your eardrums. Also, no one's in BD, so I can be as loud as I want, but the custodians might judge me. Cool. Let's just get right into this. Yep, that's loud. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low, ain't no river wide enough, baby. If you need me, call me. No matter where you are, no matter how far. Don't worry, baby, just call my name. I'll be there in a hurry. You don't have to worry, 'cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Remember the day I set you free? I told you you could always count on me, darling. From that day on, I made a vow I'll be there when you want me, some way, somehow. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. No wind, no rain, more winter's cold can't stop me, baby. 'Cause you were my goal when I'm there on the double. Just send for me, oh baby. My love is alive even when we're miles apart. And if you ever need a helping hand, I'll be there on the double just as fast as I can. 'Cause baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. Baby, there ain't no mountain high enough, ain't no valley low enough, ain't no river wide enough to keep me from getting to you, babe. All right, cool. So I'm sorry, this song is a lot more belty, and obviously I don't practice before I sing, which is really bad for my vocal cord. Also, let's not do that. Thank you. So I'm sorry if I blew your eardrums. I legit have like the speaker on -10, and I belt a lot. So I'm sorry if I hurt your eardrums. So next song that I'll be doing, I won't be doing it today, but I will let you know. Set Fire to the Rain is on the list of things I do just because it's my most requested song when I perform and I really want to do it. I also want to sing another song tonight. So if y'all don't mind, I'm going to do another cover. I know that this is not what I normally do on the show, but I just miss singing and I want to sing, so I hope you don't mind. Okay, I need to stop doing the part. So let me see what is on my repertoire that I haven't done. I have done Stay. Ooh, okay. So if I do a song, obviously like just no practice and it's bad, will you judge me? Yes. Will I do it? Probably. So let's see. What's that little Big Town song cover with Christina Aguilera? Big World, something like that. Big World. I will find it. I did this cover when I was in high school, actually. And I did it with an old friend. I didn't do it alone. And it was something, Say Something, that's the song. So I did this with a friend in high school. We were best friends at the time. And now we're no longer friends just because we drifted apart, as you do when you go to two different high schools. So I think I'm going to say something cover. I am going to choose a random karaoke. This is very unfiltered, so I hope y'all don't mind. And y'all just follow me.
After my
through
DVT
this.
blood clot,
Oh. DVT blood clot? Cool. I'm so sorry that you've had that. All right. Let's just get right into this cover. Hope it's the right version. As I said, this is very impromptu. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'll be the one if you want me to. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I am feeling so small. Is it over my head? I know nothing at all. And I will stumble and fall. I'm still learning to love, but I'm starting to crawl. Say something, I'm giving up on you. I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. Anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I will swallow my pride. You're the one that I love, and I'm saying goodbye. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I'm sorry that I couldn't get to you. And anywhere I would have followed you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Say something, I'm giving up on you. Say something. All right, and that was the cover. And did I get emotional being alone in a studio singing that? Yes. And yeah, cool. So I'm sorry. I hope you guys like that one. I think that cover went much better than the other one. So now we're just gonna do a little bit of our outro. So if you guys are new here, hi, my name is Moisa. This is the Taki Show. I do interviews, Netflix reviews, and covers on my show. I don't know if I'll be doing covers next semester just because people will be here during the day and I don't want people to hear me sing because I'm really shy about it. unless you're strangers and you don't know me, then that's chill. Other than that, I just wanted to say a quick comment. So if you guys want to follow me on my social media, you guys can follow me on Instagram under Moisa71. So Moisa 71. That's where you can leave people that you want me to interview, covers you want me to try out. Obviously, today's cover was one I haven't done in years, and there was no practice. So if you want to see things more like that, let me know in my latest Instagram post. And yeah. If you want to follow me on Twitter, I haven't been active recently just because I haven't done enough this book review yet, and the people are messaging me like, hey, are you done reading the book? And I am not. So I'm trying to like not go on Twitter. I will finish the book this week, so I will be active on Twitter this week if you guys want to follow me on there. I post random things, retweet K-pop things, and have a nice time over there. And yeah, those are my most active social media aside from my YouTube. On my YouTube channel, I post makeup videos. I used to post vlogs, but now I don't. I also do K-pop reviews like of songs, and then I also do, what's that thing called? Covers. Cool. And yeah, so if you guys like this, I was gonna say if you guys like this video, but if you guys like today's show, please let me know. And our closeout song is going to be Ring by Selena Gomez. Hi Avery, hi Sarah. Why do you look distraught? And yeah, thanks for listening to the Taki Show. Bye.
You all in your feelings, baby, all into me. I'm 1 in a billion, baby. Don't you agree? Obviously, you know I'm aware of that. I'm breaking hearts like a heart attack. Got 'em right where the carrots at. Wrap around my finger like a ring, ring, ring. They just like puppets on a string, string, string. I put it down, they call me up. They doing way too much, so I just let it ring, ring, ring. Yeah, I received your message, all 23. You know I'm Jordan with it, G-O-A-T. Obviously you know I'm aware of that. I'm breaking hearts like a heart attack. I got 'em right where the carrots at. Wrap around my finger like a ring, ring, ring. They just like puppets on a string, string, string. I put it down, they call me up. They doing way too much, so I just let it ring, ring, ring. Wrap around my finger like a ring, ring, ring. They wanna give me everything, sing, sing. I put it down, they call me up. Oh no, 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 no. So I just let it ring, ring, ring. Circling me, they just like satellites. Circling me all day and every night. Circling me, I'm sure you sympathize. La 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 la. Oh no no. Wrap around my finger like a ring.